Well, like I say, I'm not. Come on in here. I'm not trying to be anything but honest with you.
You have been, and I really appreciate that.
Well, no, it's the only way to do business, man. Is you got to be upfront, you got to be honest, and you have to do a good job. You have to stand behind your work, and you know, I've been here for this will be 25 years this June. I've been in this location.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Location. Where's that super oil filter you have for the young arm?
Everything's sitting on the bench out here. Oil filter and fuel filter.
And like, do you think that like, this is another opinion that your insight might be really helpful.
Happy to give it to you.
Having like an inboard on the salt water, is that just like retarded? Should I have like, I mean, should I just give up on the dream of like wanting to do wakeboarding in the middle of the bay because it's like always going to be a problem of like whether it's flooding or.
Depending on how you take care of you.
They're not there.
They were there yesterday. Excuse me.
No worries, no worries.
I thought you had them in your hand somewhere over there.
I didn't have them in my hand.
Or
Brandon might have moved them, but they were sitting right here yesterday. They were sitting right there on that bench.
That's the thing.
Have a nice vacation.
Was the oil pan at all like it's got rust down here, but it wasn't leaking or anything, was it?
No, it's not in the greatest shape, but we can spray some shit on it and try to help it from getting worse. But
because like you know that like the alternator also got drenched, and I'm looking at it and
I don't know if you've got a problem with it or not.
no, I mean I tested that much. I didn't just like I just look at the alternator and the starter because I was having problems starting it, and I had to replace those parts, and they just don't look like they're showing any wear. So then that leads me to believe that I don't know, could my exhaust be letting water flow into? I mean, could through the riser and like the exhaust, could water splash all the way in?
It's possible.
Jeez, maybe those flaps in the back of the boat are just not.
Maybe they're not
doing the job right because I look.
Take a look at them.
Because I was looking at the riser, no, not the riser, the exhaust that you had laying over there on the T deck, and it's just rusted all the way in.
Right. Well, they usually do.
Oh, they do, like.
No, they're okay.
So these things.
Yeah, but you see, this is rusted from sitting with water and shit in them.
Well, how do you think the water got in here?
Well,
Like that's
the things were leaking. They were all rusted, so water leaks back through.
so the things were leaking. So you're saying like coolant was doing this?
No. Raw water. When you crack a manifold, you got raw water going through these suckers.
Crack
Let
them.
me check.
When you crack them.
These are. Well, I mean,
There wasn't like a crack in this thing.
Javier, call him and ask him.
Because the crack in the manifold, I just assumed it was leaking coolant, not necessarily letting water in it.
I'm looking at the other components. Hang on.
See, like this is one that's cracked. This guy.
Yeah, but that's the riser.
Yeah, so that's why, like,
that'll
how-
leak water back in through.
That'll leak coolant
into
out.
No, engine. That'll leak raw water back into the. See, leaking. That's all. That stuff is.
So you don't like basically the crack that I saw was
That's
this
an
one.
external crack. Right. But
So
then
that's
you have
coolant.
internal cracks here. You've got water seeping back in. See all those rust spots? That's water coming back in.
So that's from water flowing. Well, coolant flows in through here. So
No, raw water cools these.
no, I definitely
Raw water cools these. Coolant cools the manifolds.
I didn't
This is
know.
a block off. Separate cavity.
So that's what's preventing coolant from going into here because this is blocking it off right here. Got it. I see what you're saying. I remember when I put that on. Okay, so somehow this thing got cracked. I don't understand how that. Well, anyways, I don't want to
These
take
got cracked, but I mean, we need to look at your manifolds.
because I mean those are like less than 4 years old. So like I don't understand like how those
3
things
to 5 years. That's
for
all.
these things.
Yes, sir.
Didn't even put like 150 hours on the boat. Should
You
trip
need to
me.
go skiing more often.
We did do a lot of things. Okay, so I don't want to take your time unnecessarily.
It's important that you understand everything you're facing.
Yeah. No, and I think I got that much. I just, I think I'm at the point of decision time as opposed to like asking any more questions. What else could I possibly? This is transmission fluid, right?
Uh-huh.
Goes through there. Yeah. So not that much. These mounts aren't looking in such bad.
Well, a couple of them are not looking healthy, but we're going to see if we can buy a replacement bolt to go in there.
Got it.
You know, hardware. Cut
Sure.
this out, keep this, and just buy replacement hardware.
Got it. Okay.
So it's decision time, and at decision time, you have to.
Where's that vent thing that you saw that was clogged? The one for the transmission, the one that the other dude told me about. He was like, "Oh, there's a vent, and that's why it probably like did undue pressure on the transmission."
Well, there is a vent here.
Ah, okay. So he was like, probably this was clogged. I was thinking it was this thing.
Well, that's the filter.
And this is the ATF that you're saying that it should have been ATF fluid and not oil,
Right.
which is what I had put in it. Okay.
That's correct.
Well, how well do you think it'll run once it's all said and done?
It'll
If we
run
go,
just like the same as it did before, man.
so it'll be new risers. How long does the machining of the heads take?
A week.
A week. So-
Maybe a little longer. In the meantime, I have my guy working on the transmission.
Oh, doing all that stuff. And then the parts, like, have you ordered like those things?
I haven't
or-
ordered a thing.
You haven't ordered a thing because you want me to finally decide. Okay, well,
You
shit.
haven't made a decision.
Yeah,
you
well,
don't know whether shit or get off the pot yet.
No, I'm fucking shitting. So let's, yeah. It's
I mean,
gonna-
I'm not trying. I'm just trying to say to you, you know, that there's a lot of things here that you let go to shit. Bad.
Well, now that you're teaching me, I'll be better.
I get that, and I appreciate that.
One of the reasons why,
The bottom line, it's not costing me the money; it's costing you.
yeah.
And I'm not trying to rub that in or anything. I'm
No.
just saying to you, hopefully, you're a pretty young guy. What are you?
I'm 40.
Are you shitting me?
I
You're
swear to
40?
I'm 40 years old, yeah.
Damn, you look fucking 25 or 30.
I'm fucking 40 years old.
Really?
And this is my
Dude,
dream.
what is this thing on your...
It's like a thing that like I'm able to like record so that I know what the hell goes on. It's got like a little camera.
So you're recording everything we just talked about?
No, just like the pictures.
Right, I understand, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Just visual, right?
Anything I could see, like it records. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
So I
very
make,
interesting.
Like, a little video. Like I use it for like interviews when I want to know.
Is there sound to it too?
Like I have it turned off because it takes up more memory, but mainly it records.